how to practice energy work. How to do it. How do you do it? How do you do it? I don't know. I just make it up. This is more how I do it. So this isn't the way to do it. This is a way to do it. So you can do it this way. You can say like that sucks. I don't want to do that. But I'll tell you what I do and why I do it, and you can take it or leave it, and you can manipulate it. You can change it. You can be like, I like that and I don't like this. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. The idea is this. We are spiritual beings, right? So the universe is just constantly responding to us, and everything that we're putting out is reflecting back to us. Do we agree on that? So let's pretend we do, because you're not here. I can't hear you say no. So let's pretend that we do. And the idea is that if we are being conscious of our thoughts and our feelings, then we are emitting things that the universe can respond to, that, hey, that's stuff that I like. But sometimes we become unconscious and we're not, really paying attention to our thoughts, and those nagging things are going on in our brains that are like, oh, I suck and I'm terrible and I should have done this better, and we're beating ourselves up. And when that happens, the universe is like, oh, sounds good. Here's some more of that crap. And so a lot of people are just going through life, not really being conscious of what they're thinking about and what it is that they're projecting out into the universe. And they're getting a lot of good stuff and a lot of bad stuff. And it's a mixed bag. But we have the ability to make it a not mixed bag. We can have more of the good stuff than the stuff that we don't like. And energy work is what I call the work that we have to do every day to make sure that we're getting what we like. It's that simple. So here's what I do. Number one, I start at night. Every night before I go to bed, I set intentions for the next day, and it just has become a habit. I have a whole nighttime routine, actually. So I'll think about things. I'll think about my day tomorrow, and I'll imagine the way that I want it to go. I don't spend an hour doing this. This could be like a minute or two before I just go, and go to sleep. But and then I'll just sort of like relax and think about it, and just give myself a little pep talk if I need one. If I'm having a really hard time with something, I'll give myself a little pep talk to let myself remember that tomorrow's a new day and it's all new energy and it's going to be different, and something cool will happen. There's a thing that I do that might not be great for everybody. It's something that I've gotten in the habit of. I leave my iPad running a YouTube meditation video every night. There's different ones that I like, and they're all about 8 or so hours long, and I keep my earbuds in and I sleep listening to them, and it's helpful to me because I fall asleep listening to this person say I am this and I am that, and it's just nice and I like it, and it's something I've been doing now for probably over a year. Actually, I think I was doing it even when I started this group, so it's been a while that I've been doing this. And I switch them up. Sometimes I do one about business, and sometimes I do one about, just general stuff. But it's helpful to me. And then when I wake up, whether in the middle of the night or in the morning, I'm hearing this still, and it helps me to remember that I want to get a head start on this day. So number one is you start at night, but when you wake up in the morning, you want to get a head start on the day, and you don't want to just be like, oh, I got that thing, and oh, that crap is going on, and you don't want to just jump right back into the negative feelings. You want to give yourself a head start on the day and say, okay, today is going to be new energy, and today I'm going to have a great day, and today, whatever affirmations you like to say or however you like to do it, you don't have to say a certain thing, but sort of, my friend Landon says it this way. It's like when you wake up in the morning, you want to boot up the version of you that you want to be. The unconscious version of you boots up a lot, and that's the one that just falls right in line with all of your problems and all of the things that are going wrong in life and all of the crap you got to deal with. But the version of you that you want to boot up is the person that can, first of all, deal with that stuff, because it's really not that big of a deal usually, and the person who can overcome those things and move on to a bigger and better place. Hang on one second. I got a heater running. I want to turn it off. Hang on. meant to turn it off before I started because I didn't know if it was going to be noisy. And all of a sudden I realized I could hear it. And so if you were hearing the whole time I've been talking, I apologize for that. So that's number one, is to start at night and then wake up and get a head start on the day. Number two is meditation. Now, meditation can take a lot of different forms, and I do a lot of different kinds of meditations depending on what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes I will literally meditate in the pitch black, eyes closed. I usually listen to music or something so that I don't hear sounds throughout the house. I'm not always home alone, or the animals are walking around, or somebody knocks on the door, or, we get an Amazon package and the dog, it's like, we're being invaded. And so I'll listen to music with my headphones on, and so sometimes meditation can be literally a meditation and just quiet your mind and just think of nothing if you can. Or I will continue thinking of the good things that I want to be achieving for myself. Meditation, however, can also just be the simple act of breathing. You can do meditation throughout the day. It doesn't have to be this formal sit down, lights off, eyes closed kind of a thing. You could be driving, you could be walking, you could be talking to somebody, and they could be telling you like, "Oh, did you hear about the right?" And now you just feel your blood boiling, and you're like, "Oh my God, why did I say yes to talking to you?" And you're on the phone, or you see them at the store or something. And it's like, oh my God, I really don't like you. But then you can meditate in that moment. You can just be like taking a deep breath and being conscious of your breath even for just a moment is a meditation, because you are turning off the monkey brain, that chatter in your head, and you are just thinking about your breath. You have to think about it. And if you're thinking about that, you're not thinking about any other thing. Because the nice thing about the way we think is we can really only think about one thing at a time. Only one thing can have our conscious attention at a time. And that's it. And you could do it again and again and again. And you can even tune that person out and then be nice seeing you. And you go along your merry way and you forget about all that stuff that they were talking about. So it could be that. It could be the quiet meditation. It could be doing yoga or exercising. It could be doing your art, right? Sometimes meditation can be active. It could be getting into that flow state where you're not thinking about anything except for the thing you're doing. And sometimes I do what I call a walking meditation. I may actually go for a walk, but sometimes I stay here in the office if it's not nice out, and I'll just walk around in a circle, and I'll talk out loud. I'll just talk to myself, and I'll work my way through things out loud. For me, speaking out loud to myself makes me hear it, so that I know that I'm not just stuck in that egoic brain that's like, oh, you suck at this, da, da, da. Because if I were saying that out loud, I would hear it now with my ears and be like, why am I saying this? But when you say things in your head, sometimes it can just, the tape just runs, or the program just runs, and you don't realize what it is you're saying that you ordinarily wouldn't want to be saying to yourself. And I forgot to turn the oil burner off. Man. Anyway. And so that's number 2, is meditate. And number 3 is what I call catch and correct. This is basically, it's just be easy on yourself. Stop kicking your own ass. We don't have to be perfect at this. You might forget to do this for 4 days, or a week, or a year and a half, or a lifetime, right? You can start again today. You can start again right now. It doesn't matter. There is no length of time that you forgot to do it that now you're screwed. You can start again now. You can always start again now. And if you catch yourself in a state where your unconscious mind is just running with the ball and it's telling you all the negative things that are going on in your life, you can catch it and correct it and just be like, that's not what I want to be thinking about. I want to be thinking this way instead. I'm now going to shift my thinking to this. You can consciously do that at any moment. Or I don't want to listen to this crap. I'm going to take a deep breath. That's catching and correcting. So anything that makes you stop in your tracks and be like, oh, I'm doing that thing again, that's catch and correct. And now you can try to move forward in your day and be on that track. Now this is hard some days. Some days you got a thing going on that just has your attention and is making your stress levels go up, making you go right, and maybe you can catch and correct 1,000 times, and you're still right there in the thick of it. Well, on those days, maybe you just got to go to sleep. Like, you know what, this day sucked. I'm going to bed. See ya, and start again tomorrow. And so that brings us back to number one, which is start at night. Now, sometimes if it's really, really bad, if you're in the throes of something that's just really got its grips on you and makes you feel like shit, and you just can't get past it, it might take a couple of days of doing this. It might take, like, I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to start fresh. And you might start, and then next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock and you realize I didn't do anything that I was supposed to do. I didn't do my meditations. I wasn't catching and correcting. I wasn't taking mini breaths. It doesn't matter. Go to bed, wake up again, do it the next day. Go to bed, wake up again, and do it the next day. Eventually, if you're doing this consciously, you will eventually have a good day. I mean, we always do, don't we? Anything that's going on in life always at some point comes to a conclusion and we move on to the next phase. The idea here isn't to fix this major problem. The idea is that we are doing the work to create a better situation for us a little bit down the road. Landon and I, when we talk, we use the example of throwing hand grenades. We're driving down the car, right? We have all these metaphors, by the way, and they don't go together because nobody drives around in a car throwing hand grenades. But he and I do, metaphorically. So you're driving in your car down the road, and you're the one steering the car, except while you're steering the car, you got these hand grenades, and you're throwing them out in the road, and they're exploding, and now you got to drive over that hole that you just exploded, right? Well, the idea here is to stop throwing the hand grenades out the window in front of your car. Just stop doing it. However, if you've already thrown hand grenades out the window, you have to drive over the holes that you made. So, but if we stop, then eventually the road smooths out and things get a little better. That's the idea here, is start at night, meditate during the day, some kind of thing, some kind of conscious effort to be in that good flow state. And then if you find that you're not, you catch it and you correct it. That's number 3. So that's my thing for today. That's how I do energy work. What do you do? Well, you can't tell me, so whatever. Let's see who's here and what we got going on. Robin's here, Peter's here, Art here now. What's up? Who is this? Oh, I forgot who this was. Who was this? It was Jason. It was Jason. And, right? Yes, Jason. And Peter says, don't get mad at the clinks. Not that you did. Don't get mad at the clinks. What are the clinks? Did I get mad at something? I don't know what I was talking about. Oh well, that's what happens. Rochelle is here. I'm good because I asked how are you, and you said I'm good. Thank you. Good. I'm glad that you're good. I'm commenting the whole time. Good. Focus energy. Yes. Become aware of energy. Let's see. Emanate is one of my favorite words. I said emanate, but I think I meant emit. But I think what does emanate mean? I think they both might work. Mixed bag. You are very wise. I'm so glad to be here and now. So what did Peter just say? Focus energy and become aware of energy. I like these. I just want to riff on these for a second. They're two different things that go together. So be aware of where your energy is at any given moment. You can even, here's a number 4, is check in with yourself. Check in with, hey, how am I doing? It's the middle of the day. I just realized that I was going for an hour without really thinking about anything. How am I doing? Gee, that was a good hour. I was doing my art, and I was doing some things, or I was doing this, or I was working on that thing, and I think I was doing pretty good. Or, oh wow, it's been an hour and a half or 2 hours or all day, and I just realized that my programs are just running, telling me what a loser I am. Ooh, So be aware of the energy that you are emitting, that is emanating from you, right? And then focus it. That's the other one that he said, focus energy. We have the ability to focus it. We can say, I want to focus this energy that I'm feeling on this topic, and I want to think of it in this certain way. And with practice, we can start to shape our thoughts around it, and then thoughts become things, and before you know it, that's the way that you're living your life. The problem that we have is that we go back and forth. We know this stuff. We know thoughts become things. We know the buzzwords. You know, I'm not trying to recite the secret to you here. But the problem, as I see it, is that we go back and forth and we say, oh, yeah, I have to practice doing that. And we do it for a little while and then we forget and we go back to being lazy and not doing this energy work. And then we go, I did it again. And then we go back to being conscious of it and focusing and emanating and all that good stuff. And then we forget again. And so we go back and forth between these two things and we keep getting a mixed bag until we are, as I was talking yesterday, on this hamster wheel where we're right back in the same spot again, you know? And I think that the biggest problem that we do is that we beat ourselves up for that. We say, "Oh, I'm such a loser. Why can't I get this right? Why can't I just remember to be perfect and not make mistakes?" You know? Because I don't really think that being perfect at this is the issue. I think the problem is that we beat ourselves up for not being perfect at it, or for forgetting things and going back to the old habits. And that really compounds the negative energy. That just compounds it. You know, forgetting to do the energy work and going back to being lazy, that's bad enough. That'll throw out a couple of hand grenades or something. But then when we go, oh, I suck at this. Now we're really just like, it's like taking the sun's rays are hot, but now we're taking a magnifying glass and we're shining it in our eyeball. And it's like, that's even worse. You get it? You got that. So don't do that. Donna says, morning. Donna's in Australia, so I'm in New York, so it's evening here and morning there, so I'm glad you can make it. Peter says, nice, I run those too, no earbuds. Oh, yeah, well, you don't need, I listen to them in earbuds because, my wife's in there too, and she doesn't want to hear it. But, maybe she does, I don't know. But you don't have to, you can have it up playing over the air, it doesn't really matter. Listening to frequency hurts. I love doing that. Yes, right, exactly. So I listen to one that's got like this music in the background and it's at a certain frequency, and it's to me it has to be a couple things. The music has to be it has to have a certain vibe. I don't look at what the numbers are. I don't really care, but to me it's like I can hear it and be like, yeah, this is good, or no, this is not good, And then it's also the person's voice. I found some where it's like there's nothing wrong with a particular person's voice, but sometimes the recording might have a hiss to it, or it might just have a little bit of that treble with the S's and the P's or something like that when they're talking into the microphone really close, and it's a little harsh. So I have to find ones that are just very easy and light on my ears, so that I could just kind of float in the background and I fall asleep. Otherwise, it's like someone's poking me in the ear with a needle. That's not comfortable. I don't recommend that. Reboot in the morning. I like that. Yes, every day that you wake up is a new day. Every day is a new day. If that's all you got out of this one, it's not a continuation. We do it that way. We wake up in the morning and we just continue right on with where we left off the night before, without realizing that every day is a brand new day, and we're going, I'm going to pick up where I left off, and the universe is like, oh, okay, here's all that crap you had going on yesterday, and it's like, oh, this just never ends. But it ends every night. It ends every night when you go to sleep, and it's a brand new day. It's a blank slate. And we go, I don't want a blank slate. I want the crap. Give me all the crap. And the universe gives you all the crap. So we have the ability, with practice, to start off on a blank slate every single day. Every day is a blank slate. We can redefine our lives every day. Can hear you clear now. Oh, guys, I turned the thing off? All right, good. I meditate every day in the shower. Cool. Wherever it works for you. I don't think that there's a right way and a wrong way to meditate. It's whatever works for you to either quiet your brain or get you in that flow state so that you're not. The whole idea of meditation isn't to achieve something. It's to stop doing the stuff we do that attracts the mixed bag. That's all it is. That's all meditation is. It doesn't have to be where, I meditated and I was in a cloud and I was talking to goats. And no. You don't have to be a monk. You don't have to be. You don't have to be like I felt no pain or anything like that. It doesn't have to be anything. It's just turning off the chatter that we have constantly going on. The daily fuel to me is a meditation, because I'll come out of the live, I'll turn everything off, and I'll realize, wow, that was a half hour long or 40 minutes long or an hour long, and I wasn't thinking about any of my problems the whole time. Well, I am now, because now I'm saying it. Damn. Right? So this is a form of meditation for me, because it's my way of just like getting this stuff out, except it's all positive energy for me. So I appreciate you guys showing up and allowing me to do that. Head canceling earbuds. I need some. Yeah. Head canceling. You don't want to cancel your head. Noise canceling. You put them on, your head disappears. Nah, don't do that. The breath thing is huge. It's a form of taking the power back. And music and whatnot is even better. And what are you trying to say there? Yeah, well, all right. So the breath thing. That and music? Yeah, okay. That and music. Is that what you're saying? I'm going with that. So yeah, the breath thing, the music thing, all of these things, they're all different ways of doing it. And by the way, I don't do the same one every day. I will know, like right now, I am in a state where, not right now, but like in general, I might say to myself, oh, you know what? I really need to just turn off the lights and sit and meditate, cancel my head and just meditate quietly. And other days I'm just like, I've sat down to do that. I'm just like, this isn't working. It's doing nothing for me. I have to get up and do something, or I just want to get right to the project that I'm working on and just put myself right in that and go. It's up to you to decide what kind of meditation is the right thing to do. You could be meditating all day on and off. It doesn't have to be it's 10 o'clock, time to meditate. It doesn't have to be that. It does not have to be that. You don't have to time block meditation. Talked about that yesterday. Peter says, the breath thing, and I read this one. Robin says, did you remember your water? I did. Thank you. Yes, we can reboot. Every day is a reboot. And by the way, the morning is an automatic reboot, but we can decide in the middle of the afternoon, I'm rebooting again. I'm starting today over. The reason I say just go to bed and start over is because that's an automatic reboot. You don't have to work at it. Sometimes if you're having a bad day, it's just like, it's hard to reboot consciously. It's easier to just be like, you know what? Fuck this thing. I'm going to sleep, or I'm turning the world off. I'm just going to watch TV, or read a book, or get lost in something else, and just start again tomorrow. That's it. Every day is a new day. Like a computer. Yeah, exactly like a computer. Because you turn on a computer and it boots up its programs, right? That's what I'm talking about. So we usually will turn ourselves on in the morning and just boot up all our regular programs. Okay, let's see. I got my debt program, and I got my Nobody Loves Me program, and I got my I'm Fat program, and I got my this. And we just start up all these programs, whatever they are for you. We all have a few of the same ones, and some of us have different versions of the same ones, and some of us have this one and not that one, but you know them all, right? But you don't have to boot them up. You can boot up a new one. You could say, how about my I'm Awesome program? I'm going to boot that up every day, And if you don't like the idea, the metaphor of booting up a program, think of some other way to say it, I'm going to cross a bridge every morning, or I'm going to, whatever. I don't know. I don't have any other metaphors right now. But leave me alone. I don't know what that means. That's genius. I'm sure it was. I don't know what I said, but I'm sure it was genius. Thank you. Peter, when my mom died, it threw me off. I deleted everyone on my Facebook at one point. There are things that can really send you into a tailspin, and certainly the death of a parent or a loved one or a breakup or any kind of loss on that scale is enough to make it feel like this just sucks, but we have the ability. Now, I'm not saying that you had the ability to reboot the next morning and be like, that doesn't matter to me anymore. Of course it matters to you. And there are times when things are going to take time to heal, and you need to go through that, obviously. What I'm really getting at today, I think, are the mundane things that we just carry around from day to day, week to week, year to year, decade to decade. I'm still struggling with this stupid thing, Clearly something like your mother passing away, that happens once, and I'm sure it was rough. It happened to me. My mom passed away, and so I know firsthand how that feels. But you can get past that too. It's the same process, but some of them are going to be harder than others. Love your energy. Thanks. I love your energy too, buddy. Thank you very much. Okay. There we go with the atomic pens. I kind of talk out loud to myself a lot. Yeah, I do that all the time. Here's a trick, by the way. If you're out in public and you want to do like the walking meditation in a park or something like that, put earbuds in. Not head canceling ones, but just regular ones. Put earbuds in so you've got earbuds, and now when you're walking and talking, it just looks like you're on the phone. Nobody will think twice about it. Now people got those AirPods, so and with hair and hat, nobody can even see. So that, I think it matters less and less. It's what I started doing. I started doing that like a good 10 years ago because if I was at the park just talking out loud to myself, I didn't want people to think I was the crazy guy in the neighborhood that walks around the park talking to himself. So I made sure I had my earbuds in. Now I don't really even think it matters because everybody has their AirPods in all the time talking to themselves. At least in New York City. We were just in New York City visiting my daughter, and everywhere you look, there were people just walking down the street. So I was because they're on the phone, and they don't even have wires anymore. They just have these little tiny things in their heads. Oh my god, you are cracking me up with all those hand grenades out your car. Yeah. Oh, how I've missed these rolling on the floorings, laughings. Good. But it's stuff I need to remember. So you remind yourself, catch and correct. Remind yourself. Write it on a board. Write it on your bathroom mirror. Write something to remind yourself somewhere where you'll see it. Or put it on your fridge. Put it in a note on your car. Doesn't matter. Somewhere that you're going to see it all the time. If you need help to remember to do this, did you remember you're awesome today? And that will just remind you to be like, I have to be nicer to myself, Doesn't matter. Write something that will mean something to you, and put it somewhere where you'll see it every day, and that's it. Put an alarm on your phone. Something. Clinks are noises things make upstairs. Oh, in my house. Yeah. The clinks are everywhere. They're inevitable. Awareness led to the focus of infinity into infinite energy. Ooh, that sounds cool. Let me break that down a little bit. Awareness, becoming conscious and being aware of like, okay, I'm here and I'm thinking this, and now I'm ready to do better than I was a moment ago. That leads to the focus of infinity into infinite energy. Okay, so now we're focusing that, and that brings us into the infinite energy that creates miracles, that creates the world the way we want it to be, not the way that's being thrown at us because of those hand grenades I threw out the window. That's cool. I like that. Very nice. Kelly's here. Hi, how are you? Today, my energy work came in 5 or so hours after I intended. I surrendered and took a bath after judging myself and despairing for way too long. We do it. We do that sometimes. I was stuck in my head, a poor place to pour my energy. I had to choose between trying to quiet the mind or abandoning that failing effort and focus on the body. So I submerged in water 2 hours ago and I haven't left. Nice. Do you have your head canceling earphones in? Get out of your head, right? Maybe that's what you meant. Is that what you meant? Who said? Was that Donna? Is that what you meant by head canceling earphones? Like cancel the being in your head? I don't think it was what you meant, but let's go with that. That was really brilliant. I like it. Robin says, I'm on a hamster wheel all day long. because I'm so easily distracted. Starting one thing and moving on to another without finishing either, and then on to another thing. Sup with that. What is up with that? It's normal. I think it's very normal, and this is what I'm talking about when I say be easy on yourself. We say that, oh man, the problem is that I am on a hamster wheel all day long. I get distracted. I start one thing, I move on to another thing. I don't finish either thing, and that's my problem. If I could only finish one thing, and what I'm trying to say is no. Maybe that's just how Robin works. Maybe you just do a thing for a little while and you do another thing for a little while and you do another thing for a little while. And the problem isn't that you get distracted, because that's what the world calls you, because you don't do just one thing and finish it and then move on to another thing or do the same thing over and over again. The problem, as I see it, is that you're kicking your ass for being that way. Except, have you been that way your whole life? Are you going to change? I mean, really, are you going to change? Are you suddenly going to be this person who just, I never get distracted? Probably not, So why not go with the flow of Robin and be Robin? And, and I'm cool. I can do this and I can do this and I go back to this thing later and I come to this thing later and I forgot I was started this thing, but now I'm going to finish it because it's cool, And just embrace that. It's not because you get distracted that things aren't going the way you want them to go. It's because you're beating up on yourself as if being a distracted person is a bad thing. What does distracted even mean? What does that mean? It's just it's a word that other people would use to describe you because they can't understand how your mind works. Oh, you're weird. You're flighty. You're distracted. Insert your own adjective there, And then we take them and we put them on our shoulder and be like, well, I guess I'm this thing now. Ugh. You're not. You're awesome. You're Robin. Be that. And embrace it. And say, this is what if this were a superpower? What if this were a gift? What if it's not a problem that I have, but it's a gift? What if it's a way that I do things that nobody else could do? I can do this, and this because I'm Robin and I can take care of all those things. You people who aren't distracted can only do that one thing at a time. Sucks for you. I can do all these things. What do you think of that? Stop beating up on yourself. I stop and be completely still with my brain and check to make sure I am not catastrophizing thoughts. Is that a word? Let's make it a word. It's a good word. Should be a word if it's not a word. I stop and be completely still with my brain. Nice, right? That's catching correct. I stop. That's meditating. Take a deep breath, be completely still with your thoughts, and then make sure I'm not catastrophizing thoughts. Okay, am I thinking something that is self-defeating? That's a good approach to that, I think, because Robin. Going back to Robin for a minute, you're saying it's I'm catching myself and I'm mad that I'm being distracted. I think the thing to be is, wait a minute, am I beating up on myself? Am I being mean to myself? If there were a person that lived in your house that had a whip and every time you got distracted whipped you, would that be nice? Well, that's what you're doing to yourself, Let's not do that. Not the fun kinky whips, like the ones that really hurt, you know what I mean? Kelly said, I had started writing love notes to myself at nighttime to read in the morning. That's nice. Here is my reminder to come back to that. Yep. It's a solid start for me to read my own words, pick up on my own good vibration momentum first thing. That's awesome. That's perfect, right? A love note to yourself or just a reminder note, however you want to do it. That when you wake up in the morning, it's the first thing you see. You're awesome, That's it. And you can remember that all these ways that we are, they're not by accident. And what if? Let's use my amusement park metaphor for a minute because I love it, right? We go to this amusement park. Here we are at the amusement park. We packed our own bags. We're not idiots. We knew what we brought, I know what pants I put on today. I put on my distracted pants. Why? Because they were the only ones that were clean. Oh, man. I got to go through this whole life wearing my distracted pants now, right? I'm picking on you today, Robin, but it's not picking on you. It was just such a great example, right? Or is it more like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the amusement park today with my distracted pants on because then I can ride 3 rides at the same time, right? Right? You ever get like a weird itch? Nothing is an accident. We created ourselves, we designed ourselves perfectly. And then we got mad because we're this way instead of that way. Oh, that person's that way. That's better. Or people say I should be that way, but I'm this way. I'm bad. No, you're you. You designed yourself that way. Be that way and own it. Love it. Do it. Nobody block time crap. Yeah. No bloody block time crap. Yeah. No, I don't go for that. And you just took the biggest gulp, did I? Yeah, I'm thirsty. I was saying don't sleep with earbuds. Oh, why not? I don't know. I don't mind. I've been doing it a long time. Where did you go? Nathan Singleton, awesome. I forgot what he said. Guess what, you? Robin is not here, so you are awesome. Oh, hi, Robin. Busted. No, Robin is here. Donna, you must have cats. Okay, I'm totally lost. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Cool idea, Kelly. I really missed you all, says Jesse. Hi, Jesse. How are you? I see you found the link. That's great. Okay, so Jesse is the last comment so far. I'm sure that'll change because Donna's here. She hasn't even said boobs yet, and I'm sure that's coming. So let's just pretend she said it already. And I'm going to miss y'all too. Who's that Facebook user? That is... I can't see my phone. Mikey. What's up, man? Oh, I haven't seen you in a while, bud. Nice to see you. And but you, Mikey, have to click the link again. It's been a while, so the settings changed. Everybody's got to click the link again. Find it if you can, and do that. Boobs. Yep, here we are. Okay, so thank you very much for hanging out with me today. And if you were here yesterday, here's the plan. I'm going to try to do these Monday to Thursday. That's my general plan. I'm going to take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And I'm, there will be days where I might take a week off at a time so that I don't want to get burned out again. Because what happened was I was beating myself up saying that if I'm going to do Daily Fuel 6 days a week, and that suddenly now I have to do it 6 days a week, every week for the rest of my life, no exceptions. And, that just, all of a sudden it didn't work for me. And I just need time off sometimes. So that's how it's going to work. So Monday to Thursday, probably I'm trying it at around 5:30 Eastern time right now, because that seems to be best for the way my household is running right now. But I may change the time here and there. So be on the lookout for that every day. And that's it. So thanks very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Robin says, Mikey, don't get burned out. No, I don't want to, Robin. Donna says, you can be my reboot Monday to Thursday. There you go. See, it's nice because you're here in the morning, right? So that's good. Art and music, Bobby. Art and music, Bobby. Oh, art. He wrote at. Yeah. Art and music. Yep, absolutely. And I know what you said. I remembered. I was almost going to say, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I remembered. So, Peter, you can have the booby prize today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, night, whatever the heck it is. Nope, here's another one. Thank you, Bobby, you legend. It's Vic. What's up, Vic? You didn't click the link, I see. But you're welcome anyway. How's that? All right, so Vic, now you got the booby prize. And let's see if anyone clicks in before I hit finish. Nope. Okay, well, have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.